David Reyes works 6 farm areas in the Austin, Texas market, all residential, all different price bands. For 2 years, his monthly routine included a full day just building market reports. 6 areas, 2 to 3 hours each to pull MLS data, format a table, write the narrative paragraph, brand it, and send it to his farm lists. That is 18 hours a month of report building. He tried 2 different dedicated CMA tools. Both were solid. Neither solved the time problem at his volume. Then he built this workflow, a Google Sheet that tracks 4 numbers per area, and 1 ChatGPT prompt that turns those 4 numbers into a full formatted report in under a minute. His 6-area monthly batch now takes about 45 minutes total instead of a full day. That is the workflow in this video. In this video, I will build a 1-page market snapshot report for a client in 5 minutes. I am talking about the kind of report you would normally spend 2 or 3 hours on. Pulling data, formatting it, writing the narrative, making it presentable. The input is 4 numbers from Google Sheets and 1 well-structured ChatGPT prompt. The output is a ready-to-send client brief. No CMA software, no paid report tools, no design skills required. Here is the workflow. Disclaimer: this is an educational demo, not professional advice. All data on screen is fictional, made-up numbers for a made-up market. Before you share any market report with a client, verify the data against your MLS or a licensed appraiser, and ensure the report meets your local real estate association standards. In some jurisdictions, market analysis tools require a licensed professional to validate the output. Some links in the description are affiliate, full disclosure there. Now the workflow. Here is what market reports used to take. You pull closed sales data from the MLS for the last 30 days. You calculate median price, days on market, active inventory, list-to-sale ratio. Then you open Word or Canva and you start building the layout, tables, bullets, a narrative paragraph that ties the numbers together, a professional header. Then you format it for print or PDF, brand it, send it. For 1 neighborhood, 1 month, that is 2 to 3 hours. I was doing this for 6 different farm areas every month. That is a full work day just on market reports. I want my clients to have this data, but I also want to sleep. The inefficiency in the manual method is not the data pull. That part is relatively fast. The time goes into formatting and writing the narrative. Every month you are rebuilding the same document structure from scratch, making the same layout decisions, writing an interpretive paragraph that summarizes what the numbers mean. The ChatGPT workflow handles the formatting and narrative in under a minute. You still pull the 4 numbers. That takes 10 minutes per area. But the 2 to 3 hours of document work collapses to about 4 minutes. The shortcut is a data-first workflow. You track 4 numbers per area in a Google Sheet, and the prompt turns those 4 numbers into a full narrative immediately. Let me show you. Here is the Google Sheet I use. 1 tab per farm area. The columns are month, median sold price, average days on market, active inventory count, and list-to-sale price ratio. I update this once a week from my MLS data. Takes maybe 10 minutes per area because I am just reading the dashboard and typing 4 numbers. The data compounds over time. After 3 months, you have trend data. After 6 months, you can show seasonal patterns to clients. Here is what the sample data looks like for our fictional market, Sampleville. For this month's report, I am grabbing April numbers. Median sold price, 342,000. Average days on market, 22. Active inventory, 47 units. List-to-sale ratio, 98.3%. I also note the change from March. Median is up 4%. DOM is down from 28 days. That directional context is what makes the report useful. I will copy these 4 numbers and 1 comparison note. Switch to ChatGPT. New conversation. The prompt has 3 parts. Part 1. The context. What city, what property type, what the report is for. Part 2. The data block with the 4 numbers and the month-over-month comparison. Part 3. The output format. I asked for a 1-page brief with 4 sections, a 1-line market summary, a key metrics table, a trend narrative, and a what this means for buyers and sellers section. Why does this 3-part structure matter compared to just pasting the numbers and asking for a report? Because without part 1, the model does not know whether it is writing for a client, an investor, or a colleague. The language register changes entirely. Without part 3, the model picks its own format and gives you something that looks different every month. The format consistency is critical if you are sending reports to a farm list, because clients start recognizing and expecting the format. And the most common mistake I see with this type of prompt is skipping the rules at the end. No investment claims, no price forecasts. Without those constraints, the model sometimes adds sentences like prices are expected to continue rising, which you should never put in a client report without a licensed appraiser's backing. Let me type it out. Before I run the full prompt, watch what happens when I give the same request without the structured data format. This is what I tried the first time. I just pasted a messy paragraph of numbers with no labels and no format instruction. The model gave me a report, but it hallucinated a trend. It said inventory had been rising for 3 months when I only gave it 1 month of data. Specifically, it wrote the market has shown consistent inventory growth over recent months, a claim I never provided data to support. That is the risk with unstructured input. When the model does not have enough context to fill the format, it fills the gaps by inventing plausible context. A reader who does not know the actual numbers would not catch it. A client who shares that report could create liability issues for you. The structured prompt with explicit rules, do not invent factors, use only the data provided, prevents exactly this failure mode. Now back to the properly structured prompt. I run it, and the output matches what I asked for exactly. For sections, the data I provided and nothing more, the disclaimer at the bottom. This is the version I copy to the client. I looked at 2 dedicated market report tools that integrate directly with MLS, both solid products, one around $80 a month, one closer to $120. They pull data automatically, which is genuinely useful. But I was already pulling my own data for other purposes, and the ChatGPT prompt gives me more control over the narrative section. Paid tools give you graphs and auto text, but the auto text tends to sound like every other agent's report in the market. I wanted something that matched my voice. For a high-volume team, the MLS integration tools probably make more sense. For a solo agent tracking 3 to 6 farm areas, this workflow is enough. Copy the output and paste it into a Google document. Add your logo and brokerage contact info at the top. You can make a template doc that is pre-formatted with your branding. Then PDF it. Total time from opening Google Sheets to having a PDF ready to email, 5 minutes. I tested this 3 times with different farm areas before making this video, and it is consistently under 6 minutes, including the formatting step. Before, pulling data from MLS, formatting a table, writing the narrative, laying out the document, 2 to 3 hours per farm area per month. With 6 farm areas, that is a full day of work every month just on reports. After, 10 minutes once a week to update the Google Sheet, 5 minutes per report to run the prompt and format, 1 minute and 40 seconds to type the prompt, 53 seconds for ChatGPT to generate the output, about 2 minutes to paste into the Google Doc template and export to PDF. 5 minutes total, confirmed by stopwatch across 3 test runs. That is 90% of the document work eliminated. The remaining 10% is your review, your local knowledge, your judgment on whether the narrative is accurate for your specific market. The AI does not know that the school district boundary changed last year, or that there is a new development coming that will affect inventory next quarter. You do. Add that context as a brief editor's note in the document. The tool handles the structure. You provide the local intelligence. In the description below, I have included the full structured prompt, the Google Sheet template with the 5-column format, and a branded Google Doc you can copy and use directly. The PDF of 10 prompts every real estate agent should have saved also includes this market report prompt that is linked in the description, free. Subscribe for 3 AI workflows per week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tomorrow, Friday, I am covering open house prep, how to generate a full checklist and 3 social media posts for any property in under 10 minutes. See you then.